Good morning, YouTubers. Well, this is part 2 of our, I guess you'll call it our stool video. Sunday morning. Not going to take it easy today. I got a few things I want to do around the shop dealing with the stool while we have time to do it. So I have an old seat off an old stool. So I'm basically going to take that and I'm going to sand it and I'm going to varnish it to a darker color. So that's one of the chores. The other chore is these things that you've seen in the last video. I'm going to take those and put them in the cabinet blaster, and I'm going to take the mill scale off them. I'm not too worried about etching or bothering the rivets because they're going to be painted, and they're going to be painted all to one color with this, and then there's going to be gold. They're going to be highlighted in gold like the rest of the items that we have here in the shop. So Kathy is not here right now, but she'll be out here shortly, so I'm going to take the camera, and for those who haven't seen, hang on folks, bear with me. Okay, so for those who haven't seen the first part of the video, the stool is going to try to match like the gold things around there as well, and here, and then also the mirror there. So we're going to try to mimic that so that the stool will look like the rest of the items that are here. Somebody said, well, you should have used checker plate. Well, there's nothing really here that matches checkered plate, so this is the reason why we went with this design and this style. It's some people call it steampunk. Some other people call it vintage industrial, and so that's the reason why we're going that way with the stool. So like I said, I guess you could call it steampunk, and I guess you could call it vintage industrial. I really don't know. It could be one or the other. You know, when you look up around there, you'll see vintage industrial. And, let's see. See the clock? I like clocks. Love clocks. As you can tell. Clocks everywhere. Clocks there. Let's see if I can use this. It's a clock here my granddaughter Taylor gave me. And a few things around her actually she gave me. God bless her little heart. And there's a few things up there as well. And of course we display our banners proudly. We have Kubota. We have Cleveland Punch and Die, another great company. Miller, great company. Believe it or not, the only one we don't have is one for Tracker. Great company. They don't give up banners freely, so. And there's a couple of door banners up there. Well, they're all steel, but they're kind of neat as well. So, and of course, most of you have seen the last press project that we did, which is there. And yeah, so we're going to get at this now. I'm not going to show you the process of putting that in the sandblaster and taking the mill scale off, but I'm going to do the seat next. Then I'm going to do that, and then by that time Kathy should be out in the shop and she can do a bit of filming and we can move on to some other steps. Okay folks, that's going to be the new color for the seat. It's going to be a bit darker than that by the time I'm done. That's only the first coat, as you can see. This is a seat that we couldn't buy just a seat top for a stool, so I bought a cheap stool, and this is the top. So I sanded it and came to this. I could have probably made one a couple of years ago, but I gave all my carpentry tools to one of my sons, so kind of left me with a handsaw and a hammer. So this is where I'm to with it. It's not quite as dark as that, but it's not bad all the same. The next step we're going to do after we do this, let it dry for 4 hours, give it another coat, let it dry for 4 hours, give it another coat, and when that dries we'll go over with some Varitane, and that should clean it up nice. Okay guys, I'll let you see the Sandblaster, the cabinet blaster. Most people have been watching our channel for years will recognize this one. It's made by Blast. It's there you go. It's probably, hang on now, what year is it? AC, I can't really see the year. 1998 folks. So bought it brand new, works perfect, got a recycling system on it that collects the dust and puts the unused media or the usable media back into the pot. Right here we're using aluminum oxide, and it's very sharp, lasts a lot longer than glass bead. Glass bead got a tendency to pulverize itself and create a lot of dust. So we're going to use this today, and we're going to take the mill scale off of both sides, and we'll do the same thing with the other leg, and I'll show you what the difference is going to be. Okay. Just to give you some idea what it's like. That's what the mill scale removed, folks. Now, if this was bigger, I'd probably have to use some type of an acid. There's many different types that you can use. Even white vinegar can be used, but it can't be used in the shop. It will have an effect on everything that has bare metal in the shop. So this is the safest and the fastest way to do it. I understand that not everybody's going to have a bead blaster, but it is what it is, or a cabinet blaster. But this is what I use when we're doing our mods and stuff. This particular piece, you can see how much I have done there now. It's approximately 16, 17 inches. And that took me about 3 minutes. So we'll do both sides now completely, and that part of the job will be done. So there's one completely done. Now when I say completely done, I mean completely sandblasted, because that's far from done yet, folks. You'll get to see another little trick I'm going to do later on. You're out.
Well,
you made it out. What are you doing?
Didn't know you had the camera there. I'm assembling this 2501. This is the hydraulic, the yellow one here.
Okay, right on, yeah.
Right? So what I have done is all the stainless bolts are put in here.
Yeah.
And they come out, and then this attaches, right?
Ah, cool.
So that's cool, the end of bracket, and of course this is the HST guard.
Ah, yeah.
I said I'd ship it tomorrow, so here I am.
Wow. On a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
That's dedication.
That's dedication, isn't it?
I'm at the Stool.
Oh.
Want to come in and see my stool sample?
Yeah, sure. Let me have a look.
Come on, I'll show you. We have a storm coming tomorrow evening, eh?
Do we?
Yeah.
My order shipped early tomorrow morning. Oh, wow.
So I got a lot on the go here now.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm just testing it out here, testing the waters. I got these drilled. I couldn't punch them. I put the punch in the iron worker.
Yeah.
But where the rivets were higher, I was afraid that I would bend the...
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, so I ruled that out.
Okay.
So I wanted to make it look industrial, because that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Hang on, I'll go get what I'm going to use. So what I have is I have this ready rod.
Okay.
And the ready rod is going to go through like that. And this is from leftover jobs.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, it is.
So it's going to have not only a big nut working on it, but a big nut
there
holding it together, right?
Yeah.
Now I thought about putting a nut inside and a nut outside, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sleeve over this to keep it apart, and then tighten it in on both ends, right? So there's going to be two of those, right? Mm-hmm. That's the plan for now.
Yeah.
Okay. that can change at a moment's
I
notice.
know it can.
Okay, because this is what we call design on the fly. Now, that's the seat. It's not, there's only one coat of varnish on it there now, so I'd like for it to be a bit darker, but we're cheap and we're not going out and buying. We got what, 3 or 4 cans of stuff,
Yes.
right? And there's not one really dark one, but it don't really matter. I'm okay with that. So what I plan on doing now is I plan on cutting a round piece of 1/8 plate, about 11 inches. And then I have to take some 2-inch flat bar by 1/8 flat bar, and we have to punch holes in it 3 inches apart, like that. And we have to pre-punch the holes, and then we have to drill this or bend this precisely
Oh,
11 inches. Well, actually a little bit better because it's going on the outside and going to be welded on the inside.
okay.
So what's going to happen, this is the ring is going to come right down here like that, right? And then the studs are going to be, and then it's going to be
nice.
put up there and welded.
Yeah.
So now that I determined it's going to be 11 inches, I got to see if I got enough room here. So
Oh, yeah.
it'll be touch and go. I think I can do it.
Again, one of
So
your
that's where we're to with it. Look, I never even removed the center pieces out of the legs.
Oh,
Yeah, so it is what it is. What do those remind you of?
just droopy legs. Earrings.
No. That reminds me of tears of how I'm going to look tomorrow morning when I got to come back to work.
Yeah, true.
Teardrops.
Teardrops.
Yeah, teardrops. Except mine are going to be a bit bigger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and we did some maintenance on the table.
Great.
We turned the grates upside down and reused the tops again. Because that's 2 years of cutting.
Exactly.
So that did pretty good, eh?
For sure.
Anyway, I gotta go back to work. What do
I
you
was
think?
going to say, I'm thinking up a mod for those.
Well, I won't throw them out. There's always something.
There's
Make a
always
stand for something, you know? You bend it here
Yeah.
and you come up with it and you make a stand for something. Maybe a whole tool or something.
Dual.
Not a private part, a regular tool.
Not junk.
No, not junk. So, this is going to be the support for the stool seat. That's going to be welded right to the frame. You can see the slots in it, they're quarter slots. I got a little bit of room there, not a lot of extra. We got a couple of things going on, not a lot of room, and the sheet is kind of twisted on that end. But it's got automatic height control, so we're going to see now just how good that works. So I'm going to call that home and we're going to see what. Magnet. Is that cool or what? Should be 11 inches. Should be. Look at that, folks. It is actually dead on 11 inches. Well, if I took that magnet out of there, there you go. You can't get any better than that. So that is my seat bottom. And I had enough room. Cool. So Kathy found some darker stain in the house and brought it out to me. I kind of like it. I would like to have it as dark as that, but I can't find nothing today. So anyway, hey, it's free, paid for, so I'll go with the darker stuff.
We're rolling.
I'm being spied on. So we've kind of, there's been a bit of a gap between this particular situation than the one before. So
It happens.
well, things come in, I have to build stuff, and then couriers show up and have to deal with them, and then we had metal show up, we had to deal with that. You're still dealing with that. So I'm trying to squeeze this in between, you know?
That's right.
So sometimes it's really hard to grab the camera. But anyway, this is what we have done so far. I have 4 of these made.
Okay.
So that's just 1/8 by 1 inch flat bar, and it's bent on the brake over there, and it's going to go here, something like that. I'll show you how I'm going to do it later. And the reason why I'm using this is because this is only 1/8 deal, and it's got some flex. So what I intend to do is put this in the middle and weld it down, and that way it'll give it some rigidity. But I'm going to weld it on the inside, not the outside, because I want to keep that clean look as much as possible.
Wow, looks good though.
Oh, it's gonna be nice. Yeah, I think it will. And there's a good bit of fooling around. It is.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's what's going to happen there. And of course, I'm trying to remember now what they've already seen.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is the plate
Oh yes,
for the seat. So the next step is now to make a 2-inch band to go right around this.
Okay.
Okay, and so that's where I'm to. So what I did is
Here are beavers.
Here, be very better positive. Yeah. So how I did these is how I did the 2-inch stuff. Right now, this is quite longer than I needed, but the point is with this is, when you're ring rolling, you have about that much wastage on each end of the roll.
Okay.
So this technically should be bolted down to the ground or to the floor or whatever. And normally what I have done is I usually bolt it down to the motorcycle ramp. But Kathy got the motorcycle ramp out there filled with product that's getting ready to be shipped, and I can't get at my motorcycle ramp. So we're going to have to kind of just do it this way. So our main objective here is to get this ring, to make a band to go around this. So we shall see. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to have to let this down a little bit. With these ring rollers or flat bar rollers, in this case, you go very slowly with them. So, not that slow. Let's see here now. I'm just not organized.
What happens when you're being watched?
Well, really, it's true. But I'm getting pulled off the job, put on the job. You know? Yeah, so you can see we're making a little bit of progress there. The idea is, come over here. The idea is to roll it, but no further than that roller.
Oh.
Yeah, and the same thing applies when we go back to the other one. And then you can jack it up a bit more. Okay. I don't like to jack it up a bit farther, too close to the edge, because it causes it to kink a bit. So. It takes time, but there's really no other way
No, that's right.
to do this, right? And I'm used to having it bolted down.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because
Yeah.
it's solid then when you
Yeah.
pull on it.
Yeah, you can do it much quicker when it's bolted down, but hey. If I was doing, say, 40 of those,
Yes.
we'd have to wait till the bike ramp became available. So it's kind of,
Yeah.
like, it's not a complicated tool. I did make some other dies for it because I had to roll some square stock ones, or square tubing. So I can change over them as well, right? Yeah. Let's take a shake now.
Oh, it is.
Now I'll come back here and isn't that cool?
Yeah, very
And what I'll do then, see, is when we get it bent to where we think it's good, then I'll have to cut it. And see, now you can see, look, see the end?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
See, you can't get it round because it comes off the roller, right? Let's watch. Now that being said, I could have rolled that on the slip roll. But I just wanted to show
Yeah.
people this, right? We'll save the slip roll for another job. But it's taking shape.
It is.
It's just a little bit of a patience game, right?
Yeah, it is, because you gotta roll around and then go back, go again.
Yeah,
Much the same with a slip roll, only bigger.
yeah. So slip roll is no work to it, it's foot pedal.
Yeah.
That's motorized.
Okay.
But this is the, I guess this is the old-fashioned way of doing it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You know? So, you see, right? And you see, you can almost see the wastage. It's not really wastage. I can make it work. Oh, we got to go tighter than that. We have to go tighter than that. Hey, bye.
Yes, boy.
See what I told you? You shouldn't come off the roller?
Yeah, trying to put it back.
Yeah. Now it don't take much jacking it up to get a tighter circumference, right?
No. But you have to take it out to test it.
Yeah. Kind of. Now is this? We're getting there. It's
We're very close.
yeah. And then of course we have to put the rivets on later, right?
That's right.
Usually I'll take it like that and pull it so it'll line back up again. Now fellows will say, what happens if you're bending and you can't get it out? Well, if you can't get it out, you can pull this pin here and all of this comes out. And you can just lift it up, right?
You're never
What?
stuck, you're never trapped.
No. It's not like marriage. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do
snip the rest.
I don't like that word. You know, you can't be using that word.
Yeah, I guess I used that too lately.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark my distance here, mark it here, then I'm going to cut it. Then I'm going to weld these both ends together. Then it's going to go back into the ring roller as one piece, and I'm going to ring it and see if I can get this out here, right? Now, with the split roll, slip roll, that's easy to do because you just pull it. But I want it to show
that in use.
That in use, you know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back out to the other shop. I'm going to cut it here.
Yeah, snip it.
Don't like the word snip it.
Snip it.
I don't like the word. It's a nasty word. And we're going to. And don't go starting anything today.
I wasn't going to start.
Because I had to put up with the brunt of that on Facebook and on the YouTube comments.
Really?
Yes.
You got a lot of heat for that?
Yes. Yes. I got a silly, silly wife. Silly. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to get their 3-inch spacing. I'd like to get this lined up where they're 3-inch. So that's my goal. We will be back shortly. Okay, we're just about there with this. You want to come over and show the folks at home? See, the idea is you might have to get up higher and look down.
Oh, we had a good view.
Yeah? See?
Yeah.
So now what I have to do is clamp that in.
Center.
Let the clamps on her, yeah, and see. Maybe something as simple as a ratchet strap. And just enough to tack it.
Yeah.
And then once I get it tacked, I can hang on a second now. Are you hanging on?
Yeah. Did you get another idea?
I got another idea. If I can find my ideas. Just let me see something for now. If this wasn't kind of a bit primitive, but
it works.
Yeah. We'll show the folks at home where the buffalo roam.
This is quite an operation you got going on there.
Oh yeah. The psychedelic, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, before I go too far. See, you need it a bit loose so you can get it back in place. But you need it as tight as you can get it.
It's taking shape like a banjo.
Yeah, it's true. Call it the banjo stool.
Yeah.
Eh? Yeah, it's not bad.
So you said yesterday, I didn't let you buy any more stools. I never said nothing about building one. You got me on a technicality.
Well, that's true.
Right? I mean, you have a lot of stools.
Like the stools everywhere here.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. I didn't realize that I'm a clock collector. I'm a gasoline memorabilia collector. I guess a tool collector.
Stool
collector. So anyway, we walked into a store the other day and I said, hey, look at a stool. Never you mind.
Keep moving.
Keep moving.
We have enough stools.
Scolded. Left the store with my tail between my legs. So I said,
So
well,
anyway, yesterday you were working away and you said, gee, I just had a thought. I said, what? You said you told me I couldn't get any more stools. Well, you said buy any more stools. Now you're making one.
Finally got you on a technicality.
You did.
So now what we're going to do is I would like to get, oh yeah, that'll work. See, never really got my 3 inches, but hey, who cares?
Yeah. Who's counting?
I could have changed the spacing if I wanted to do the math and all the fooling around, and I didn't want to do none of that. No. This is not supposed to be that technical. No. And it's taken me a bit longer to do because I'm trying to document the things. That's why, folks, you don't see a lot of these videos.
It does take longer doing
it.
It
takes, I would say, 2.5 to 3 times longer to do something when you're filming it than it do if you're not.
Exactly.
So now what I got to do now is I got to weld both ends. Then I have to grind, and then it's got to go back in there so we can get it as round as possible. You know, because
then,
now that
so then your wheel comes off, so you can put it in.
Yep, we'll see all that now very shortly.
Alrighty. Great. Pause where you go weld.
Yeah, it's no point. A weld is a weld,
Exactly.
and a grind is a grind. So then we're gonna, when I get the welding done and the grinding done, we'll take them over there again, and we'll show them what we're gonna do then.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so what I wanted to do before I started grinding, I wanted to show the folks at home that it's not just as simple as clamping vice grips on each side and just weld it, and go on. What I did, as you can see, come on over closer. You can see I tacked it. I removed the vice grips. Then I gouged it out or V'd it out a little bit. So now I'm going to run my bead down the middle, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to V this out just a little tiny bit, and I'm going to weld it down there, then I'm going to do it. And that's the way you really should weld. If you keep it butted together, it's only 1/8, so you don't want to burn through it. So you don't want to turn up your voltage too much. And the other side of the coin is by V'ing it out, you know you're getting a deep weld. And it's strong, very strong.
That's what we like.
That's what we like. So just a little tip for you. Come on over here, Kathy. I want you to get on this side. I want you to look in here. So you can see what I got done there. It's not much of a gouge, but it's gonna work out good. What I've seen people do, I've seen people start here and weld and come across, or weld here and come across. That's really not the way I do it. It's up to anybody how they do it. And it's like, if people want to leave comments and say, well, Paul, you didn't do it right and this and that, crap. Don't tell me, show me. So do a video and send me the link.
Ooh, sounds good.
You know, that's how I always like to do it. You know, if you got a better way of doing it, but this is the way I do it. So the problem is with starting here and going across, or starting and there going across, is what?
I don't know.
Well, as you're starting and as you're working towards the end, it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. And by the time you get here, you got it burnt away.
Really?
So what I do is I tack here, and I tack there, and then I do the middle.
Oh.
So you can just go over there with your camera.
You burn out your edge.
Yeah, you just go over there with your camera, and I'll show you exactly what I do. I'll show you the end result. Just watch, and I'll burn through. So just have a look. See, there and there. Okay, now you can move again, and I'll go into, I'll weld this. Okay. Now have a look-see.
Oh, yeah.
Not burnt.
No.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind that down. the other side is grind it. See, I didn't burn, eh?
No,
Yeah, so
that's a good tip.
that's a little trick. If you, with TIG it's different, eh? Because with TIG when you're welding, you can weld right across there with TIG, and as you're getting to the end, you're using your foot pedal or your thumb control, and you can take away some of the amperage, and that way it's getting colder as you're going across, because you're adjusting the voltage. But with MIG, once you set it up there, what you got, you got. So that's the reason why I said a little bit here, and weld it in the middle, and you're good to go. Now I know for welders out there, they're going to say, I don't care. I don't give a rat's behind.
Everybody got their own way.
Oh, you would never believe the emails. I'd say we had 30 emails telling me how to use rivets. Right?
Sure did.
And not only that, sending them through our website, which is not right, because this is separate from the website. All it does is just blocks up our website. We have to thumb through them. And if it says anything like a rivet, we don't take it. I mean, whether I did this right or wrong, how are you going to get that to look any better?
Well, that's right, you use what you have available.
I mean, if I chewed gum and spit them on, and they turned out like that, I'd be happy. So, you know, listen, folks, I'm not building aircrafts. I'm not building ships. I'm building a stool. A stool, a simple stool. So I know you're excited, and I know you try to help, but we don't have time to read emails that long, especially when it comes in through the website.
Yeah, but you're right too. Another idea is leave them in the YouTube video.
Well,
Others can
I've
see.
always said, if you have something to say or any advice, leave it in the comment section. That way all our viewers can read it and determine for themselves what's right and what's wrong.
That's right.
And I mean, hey, like I'm not teaching this stuff. I'm showing you how I do it. In lots of cases, you're learning along with me.
Oh yeah.
You know, really. You know, the other day when I did these rivets, that was the first solid rivet that I ever installed.
You did.
Well,
pretty good.
I did 3 on that little test
Test
plate
plate.
first.
Yep.
So I wouldn't made a total fool of myself.
No complaints.
And it worked out fabulous. But it's more beneficial to me, to you, to our website, and to all the viewers. If you have something to say with regards to technique, leave it in the comment section.
That's right.
And if it's really good, if it's a really good technique, I'll pin it, and that way it'll be the first comment in all the comments on that video.
Oh, that's good.
So, you know, it's
Help everybody.
that way everybody wins, right?
True.
You know, it's not that I can't be told anything, but I just can't read them all. It's not possible.
You don't have the luxury of time.
No, exactly. So, anyway, we're gonna go ahead now, and we're going. That's my little rant for today.
I was gonna say, did you see a little rant?
Well, nobody else listens to me.
Right off top.
I got them captured now. See, they're captive now. The only way you can get away from me is turn off TV,
So God.
right? Just watch them. We're all alone now.
Oh gosh, just say that was sneaky.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna grind that now and clean it up real good. Then we're gonna put it in the ring roller and see if we can get that little bow out of it. Now, really and technically, if you want it to be really sticklish about this, I even welded it wrong as I'm showing you. Because MIG is a real hard wire, okay? Mm-hmm. But TIG, I can use my own choice of filler rod. So I could have put a filler rod in that and make it softer, which would make it easier to roll. Hey, but I'm lazy and I didn't want to set up the TIG, and you know, I had the MIG out, and, you know,
I know.
you know how it is, right?
I know.
You know, like you know, like
Everyone takes the shortcut.
like I mean, you haven't seen me, but lots of times you'll say, "Well, can you dry the dishes?" No, I don't want to go out to the cupboard and get the towel, so I use my sock. You know.
Not true, not true. Okay. Anyone who's ever sat down and eat.
You said
we don't dry our dishes.
You said, can you put the clothes down the dryer?
You can.
I put them in the microwave. You know, you're gonna do it. Now she'll go somewhere sometime and she'll say, well, you know, there's this in the fridge and you can warm that up, and you know, don't forget to do the dishes. Well, I buy paper plates. She comes back home, she says, boy, you got the dishes and everything done? Wow, man.
Yeah,
you know,
spotless.
I'm lazy, but I live efficiently.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to use the TIG because of that reason. Just pure laziness.
No other
But
reason.
the TIG would have been a better job. And plus, with TIG, you have more control over your weld than you do with a MIG.
Well, now that you explained all that, it's probably good too, because someone's going to say, why didn't you take it?
Well, exactly, right? You know, and send that to the website.
And now they know. Okay.
Okay, gotta go to work. Okay. That's the buggers that hurt your hand, eh? When you.
Oh, they snap back.
Oh, they're very snappy.
They're like husbands.
I got a wife like that.
No.
Yeah.
We got a husband like that. I'm not the only one either.
Where's my ring?
What do you do, Vicky?
I lost my ring.
Gee, how could you lose your ring?
Where did I go?
You went out there to give me a hand.
No,
That's my fault. Say you took it out there with you.
Here we go. Yes, there it is.
Did you?
Hang on.
Yes, we're hanging on. I suppose that's my fault.
It is your fault.
Did you find it? Your banjo.
Yeah. So you can see, look, I wasn't too particular yet because I got a reason for that. And there's the other side. Yeah, so what happens now is when this gets done, this goes in the bead blaster to remove the
Mill scale.
Right on. I'm proud of you. And that's no joke. Not so easy to put together. I do take apart.
You lost the nut.
I lost stuffs. He goes on there again. What happened to me wife? My wife thingy.
Oh, the wife thingy.
And that'll stay on there. I'll find it after. So now we're going to
See your wife thingy.
Is it?
Put your wife thingy on.
Where is
Right
it?
here by your keys.
Oh, okay. Cool. So we're just gonna,
What's that?
yeah. We're gonna twist her and we're gonna get it a bit tighter. Like, it's really not critical, but you know, it's nice to get it as good as you can get it, right?
For sure.
You know? Computer, turn off the sign.
Okay.
See, it says excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude.
That's
Live
right.
by it. Live by it. Or my father used to say, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing well.
Oh yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm doing it well, but I'm doing it.
You're doing it. The
Yeah.
main thing is you're doing it.
Exactly, right? Should have tigged it.
Typical husbands, they can't be pleased.
Should have used the split roll is what I should have done. But I just haven't used this one in a long time. Are you drinking or something? Because like you're staggering all over the place.
Well, you got your chairs all left out in the middle of the floor and everything. Of course, I gotta be tripping over it. Saucy brat. You got that done yet?
Hey, wait. You know. You gotta wait. Okay. Now it is. Gotta let her in. Gotta let her in. I'm gonna let her in. I'll let her down.
Let her down. She ships me it.
Not bad.
I think it's there.
Won't say it's perfect, but it's not bad.
Don't need to be perfect.
No, it's not bad. If I want to get a little bit technical, yeah, not bad. Now, with a little bit of persuasion, I'm going to get her down over there. And once I get that in place there, I'm going to dolly that out. Yeah, once I get it in place there, I can weld it. Okay, and then how this is going to look once I get it in place. Isn't that something? Well, I mean, if it's going to go that easy. Wowzers! Can you imagine? It's going to be a nice fit.
Yes, it is.
What I'm going to do now, it's rivet time.
Is rivet time?
We got a rivet. Can you imagine putting that together, welding up and saying, I forgot to put in rivets? Nah, I mean, you can still do it, but it's better to do it the way that I wasn't supposed to do it the other day, which worked out good.
Yeah.
That way?
That way.
Yeah, so we'll be back. Okay, folks, like the last time, if you're watching this at 4 in the morning, you might want to turn down the sound. Just might. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's working.
Oh, it's working perfect. It's very, very smurfy. It really, really is.
Perfect.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more to do. So we'll be back when we get them done. You don't need to watch. This is just boring now. Right?
Boring, boring, boring. Tambourine.
Tambourine.
I thought it was a banjo, but it's not.
Well, I mean, I can make it a banjo if you can lug it around. I got a bit of 1 inch by 4 inch flat bar right there. You'd want a good set of muscles. I want to eat spinach before you try to play it.
Yeah, I don't know. I like spinach.
Have a look. Come over. So they're dead center, and they're
just plain beautiful.
they're pretty good, aren't they?
Yes.
So what happens now?
You gotta weld there.
No.
Oh, we gotta get the mill scale up.
Yeah, we're going to go for the mill scale. People might say, well, how come you sway it till you put the rivets in till you sandblast it? Well, believe it or not, the rivets are going to be painted. It's all going to be painted. We're thinking of flat black, and then we're going to go over it, brush a little bit of gold over it. Because again, the idea here is to mimic what's already here in the shop.
True.
So anybody comes in and if they're observant at all, they'll say, man, it's like your furniture matches.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So that's it. You know, or I could crown myself. I could make a couple little spikes to go up around there. Man, I'm going to tell you what. Then I could make a chair with the studs in it. That'd be my throne. Wow. Maybe this stool won't see completion. I deserve better than the stool. I need a throne.
Yeah. Oh, you think? Good luck with that.
Out to the Sandblaster.
Looking good.
Come over.
Cool.
Look how uniform it is around.
Yeah, it really is.
Like it
Welded
took.
inside yet?
Not welded at all.
No way.
No.
It's staying in? It's nice.
No, yeah, staying in, but
Yeah.
I will,
You will weld it, yeah.
because I could sit on that and then things go right up my arse.
It's not good.
And you know, you try to get them out once they're up there.
Yeah.
Especially with the rivets.
Trying to remove,
That's what tears.
Trying to remove
All that tearing and screaming. Man, oh man. Now, be good.
You wrecked them.
Be good. Yeah, wrecked them, I'd like to kill them.
Okay, be good.
Be good.
Be good, okay.
Yeah, so what I'll do is these two here, that'll be pointing ahead. So that when you come in and you look at it, I'll be uniform. Because you know, like everybody who comes through that door are going to be looking to see if they're uniformly spaced.
Really?
Well, I would.
Well, everybody's not like you.
But you know, it just goes to show if you take your time and you do it the way I did it,
Yeah.
you can pretty well have a good fit, you know?
Good result.
Yeah, so.
Just in case anybody nodded off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, what happens now is the cover that's over there will fit on here, and the cover is going to come out here probably about 1/4 inch
Okay.
all the way around, you know? Maybe 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And it's going to look good, you know? So you get to see the full, you'll get to see the cover, and you'll get to see the full side profile of the thing, right?
Nice.
So we really don't know how long this video is.
Oh, we were surprised by the first one.
Well, the first one, honest to God, I thought the first one was going to be 20 to 25 minutes. It was 45.
Right.
So what we're going to do, folks, we're going to close this video off. There's going to be part 2 done. And part 3, you'll see the completion.
Really cool.
We'll show you the process of it being welded, and it's going to be a unique way of welding it as well. So it is what it is. Hey, we could make a drum.
Here it is.
And yeah, so that's what we'll do. And you know, and I might think of some more tricks along the way as well, right? So thanks for watching. Glad you liked the first part of it, because weren't quite sure how it would be received. We try to do these types of videos once in a while, but it's hard finding the time. It's Christmas now. Today is the 22nd? 23rd?
Tomorrow is Christmas Eve.
Okay, I have no... And we have a big storm coming tomorrow,
Yes.
and Christmas Day. So maybe I'll get some time in during the holidays. Well, we don't get any holidays. If it was like last year, we worked Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and Boxing Day.
That's right, we're not complaining.
No, bring it on.
Oh, bring it on.
Bring it on, because I'm going to tell you, you want to hear complaining, you want to hear me watching TV.
Yeah, bring it
You
on.
know, 400 channels and every one of them are duplicated.
We love to be busy.
Yes, yeah, so. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Hope you picked up a few little tricks. And for anybody who's got any advice, listen, love advice.
Yeah.
Put it in the comment section. Everybody benefits, you know? And plus, if there's a follow-up question, the person who left the comment maybe can follow up and explain it to them, or, you know, if you left that little detail, somebody will ask you that, and, oh yes, I forgot that, here's how you do that.
That's right, a lot
and
of
it's
people.
great.
Oh, yeah.
And I read the comments. You know, you read the comments.
Exactly.
So it's, so if I miss one, Kathy will certainly get it. And the only unfortunate part is I'm the one who got to answer them all the time. You don't answer anybody. I do.
I don't answer to anybody.
Sometimes you do if need
Yes.
be, right? You know. Anyway, we'll see you next video, folks. You guys take care and God bless.